Tonight in the World Combat League, the Oklahoma Destroyers take on the Texas Dragons. The Destroyers need to rediscover their successes from last season. Fighters Thomas Longacre, Alex Beck, and Jerry Seitz are the heart of the team, which brings talented newcomers Jesse Lawrence and Anthony Jaquani to strengthen their cause. Meanwhile, Texas is the new team on the block. The experienced Mike Shepard joining established fighters Lawson Baker and Angela Hayes. 12 fighters, 3 minutes, 2 teams, but only one winner. The World Combat League is on the air, and it is a Western Conference matchup that is much anticipated. Welcome inside the Freeman Coliseum. We're here in San Antonio, Texas for the big cross-state rivalry. Doug Dunbar along with Richard Norton and Guy Mesger. Here come the Oklahoma Destroyers into the combat zone tonight. Oklahoma coming off a big win, so they've got momentum coming into tonight. They've got spirit, they've got attitude. There's Thunderkick Longacre, one of the anchors for the Oklahoma Destroyers. And here come the Texas Dragons. Much different scenario for the Dragons tonight. They're coming off a matchup where they were slaughtered by LA. So how are they mentally? Where are they? Do they have the attitude they need? Both teams 1-1 again, but different places mentally. The Dragons again coming off that loss. Everybody in the West right now chasing the LA Stars, who sit at 3-0. Same on the East side. Take a quick look. The Miami Force, the team to be reckoned with in the East. The squaring off, the attitudes, the stare down before we get underway. Give you a quick description of what things are like here in the World Combat League. 6 fighters on each side. We have 2 halves, 6 fights in the first, 6 in the second. If you clinch, if you hold, if you're not in the fight or backing up, you can award a penalty point to your opponent. 3 judges are watching all of this. A knockout, that's the best result for your team. 15-0. It's the 5-point must system. Match number 1 tonight, much anticipated. Thomas Thunderkick Longacre, again, we mentioned he is an anchor for the Oklahoma Destroyers in the 147-pound class. Across the combat zone, there's Nick Gonzalez for the Texas Dragons, 26 years old. World Combat League record only 1-3, but his only win was with a KO, so he's got knockout power as we get underway.
Well, I'm really looking forward to this fight. These guys, both very, very exciting fighters here.
You got Longacre coming in with 5 wins and 2 losses, and like you said, Guy, 1 win, 3 losses for Gonzalez is it puts you on the wrong track because he's such a powerful fighter.
Yeah, it was, like I said, there were some interesting decisions against him. He's never been knocked out in the World Combat League, and he is a solid fighter. He has an incredible body attack, which will be interesting because Longacre is such a good mover, as you're seeing. He is moving around Nick right now. He's playing the matador to Nick Gonzalez's bull right here. Oh, good kick by Longacre.
Boy, both trading. Look at that, it's toe-to-toe. This is a great way to start the night off. I think the crowd are going to really get into this one.
Yeah, this is a great one to start. Longacre is catching him. He's catching Nick coming in. It looks like Nick is kind of lunging in there a little bit, and Longacre's kind of catching him on the end of those punches. Like right there, nice combination by Longacre.
Gonzalez using those knees well. I mean, Longacre is the one that's sort of credited with good knees, but Nick Gonzalez really scoring well with those knees.
Oh, good leg kick.
Nice extension on Longacre's kicks, too. He's got great range, and like I said, Guy, he moves around that ring so well. Good lateral movement. There's Dick Diaz going for him, though.
Yeah, there you go. That's Nick's specialty right there. He likes to get in there quick and throw those good hard body shots.
This is so even, though, Guy. This is going to be a hard one for the judges. Both these guys are just toe-to-toe.
Yeah, well, it's about halfway through now, and so far I really kind of feel like, you know, Thomas is kind of getting the better of him a little bit, and Nick needs to kind of settle down. Again, he needs to find his ranges. He's not using, nice attempt, but he's not using his kicks effectively enough. You know, when you have a mover like Thomas Longacre, leg kicks are important to slow him down. Ooh, good knees.
Yeah, good knees, though, and he's certainly taking the fight to Longacre, though. Definitely he's the one pressing the match.
These guys both, you know, both their styles too. These guys are bumping heads by accident. It's not the 3rd time I saw these guys bang heads. You gotta look out.
Oh, that was a nice left hook from Gonzalez. A crowd like that one.
Yes.
So Gonzalez at 1-3, hanging in the fight. Maybe a little more than some people expected, but this is one tough guy here.
Yeah, both these guys are tough. I mean, again, this is so representative of the WCL, just toe-to-toe, just throwing leather non-stop.
This is this is the one advantage of having one 3-minute fight versus a 15-round fight or, a 12-round fight or something like that, is these guys lay it all on the line in this 3 minutes. So they're letting it go.
Terrific boxing skills. Again, I'd like to see Longacre just throw a few more of those knees that he's known for, especially when Gonzalez puts that head forward. But Longacre putting the pressure on. Oh, there's another left knee from Gonzalez.
Boy, coming down to the last 20 seconds.
They called break, and all they did is turn around and started going at it. I mean, these guys are fighting a phone booth.
There's a mouth guard.
I think it's Gonzalez's. Look at you guys, toe-to-toe, baby. Oh, my goodness.
Boy, these guys are conditioned. That's tough. Excellent match.
Oh, great fight, guys.
Fantastic way to get it underway here in San Antonio.
Be interesting how this one goes, man. This is a judging nightmare.
Yeah, this is going to be a tight one.
Chuck Norris, founder of the World Combat League, he's excited, along with the hundreds and hundreds of others here inside the Freeman Coliseum. What a treat.
That was a good kick. Longacre caught Gonzalez in, but here's Gonzalez working and body attack.
Yeah, that left knee of his worked well for him in this match.
Scoring nightmare, you guys had said. Let's see. Oh, look at that. 13-13. There Gonzalez saying, I stayed with you, brother.
And I agree. I mean, that was a really, really close match. Excellent calls by the judges on that one.
Pretty much he knew going in the fight that I'm not going to be somebody going to lay back and let him get beat on me. I can take some shots. You see in the past I can take some shots and still keep on coming. And the thing is, other people get hit with some shots, they'll stop and lay down and quit. Now, for me, you know what's not going to happen with me. I'm going to keep coming at you and try to take your head off also.
That's the World Combat League. 1 down, 5 to go in the first half, and it is all even here in San Antonio. David Taylor, the KO artist, on the way. One fight down, 5 to go, first half. Here we go with match number 2 inside the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio. World Combat League, and Gonzalez and Longacre got us underway with a 13-all tie. Things are exciting here now as we look forward to David Taylor for the Destroyers and Will Whitlow debut in the World Combat League for the Texas Dragons. First fight, they call him the Thrill. At 33 years old, he gives up 5 years to Taylor.
Coming in, he's lost. The last loss was to Jason Borelli.
Oh, this guy is making some adjustment. Yeah, his first match was against Jason Borelli, which is not an easy introduction to the World Combat League. So, hopefully he made some adjustments here. And again, this is what we'll have to see about Willow. This is his debut. Let's see how he works with this new style of combat.
On Taylor's side, when you talk about limited World Combat League experience, but the vet between these two guys, but in his boxing career and kickboxing career, 15 KOs, thus the name the KO artist.
Yeah, and
he's got a good uppercut working here. I mean,
absolutely.
He's weighing in. He's keeping his hands up high and walking in like kind of a classic kick, a Thai-style kickboxer. Oh, good punches.
Yeah, those right uppercuts coming in there. And he's using his knees well. He's got that quick clinch that, of course, is allowed in the WCL. You can clinch, grab, just put that knee in as long as you let go straight away. Both fighters got very strong hands.
Yeah, Willow's got some good speed. He's got some good hand, combinations. But, what he doesn't seem to have is the power that Taylor has, because you can see he's a little hesitant to stay in there. He's throwing some techniques, but he's also backing up a little bit.
Right.
I think he's probably, I think he's a little intimidated by Taylor's power. He's probably felt something there. Probably 2 or 3 of those uppercuts. Oh, nice right hook. Probably felt some of those uppercuts. He's a little apprehensive to get in there and mix it up too much, but he's doing a good job of throwing techniques. If he stays on the outside like that, ooh. That was a good kick by Taylor right there on the body.
Ooh, nice over and right then. This is a tough one. Both fighters got respect for each other. There's no question about that. Just trying to pick their mark and everything. It's nice to see them throwing those leg kicks. I mean, if anyone's ever caught one of those, you know what it does to you. It just takes away your ability to put weight on that leg, to put some good power into your punches.
Oh, nice uppercut again. That seems to be his weapon. Willow has not had an answer to that. He catches that 2 square on the chin, he's going to be talking to dead ancestors. Good knee.
Willow trying for a nice straight right to the stomach, missed the mark.
Willow's, he's kind of slowing down. He needs to keep up his speed. He's doing a good job staying away, throwing a lot of combinations. And but he needs to stay moving.
Yeah, exactly. It's one thing to walk up, as we said, but you got to throw that.
Whoa!
Look,
Nice
as
shot.
we spoke. Nice overhand right from Taylor, dropping Whitlow right to the mat.
Yeah, now Whitlow, he definitely needs to be on his horse now. He, like I said, he seemed a little intimidated by Taylor's power, and when you get knocked down like that, you're going to be even more intimidated.
That's a hard shot to come back from, too. So little time left.
14 seconds, he needs to keep moving.
Taylor coming back in, trying to go for the kill.
A little bit of a shoulder there, knocking back, but
I'll tell you something, I got some, oh, nice.
Oh, there comes the left.
nice combination.
Yeah.
As we said, it's so hard to recover from those shots. You know, your head, you're sort of seeing fog and everything. You're not sure where you are. But tell you what, he's staying in there, though, like the true warrior of these WCL fighters.
You know, I'll tell you something, I'll hand it to Whitlow that he took some hard shots and kept coming back. And Taylor stuck with his game plan, which was to step forward and introduce himself to Whitlow with his good power, and he just couldn't put him away. I think he's a little disappointed in that, but it was a good fight. There you see the power of Taylor there. He's just kind of manhandling Whitlow. Some good body shots, good attacks. But again,
Yeah, Whitlow coming back with
Yes.
his own medicine right there until that right hand just put him down on his back.
but the nice thing about it, he wasn't intimidated. After getting dropped, he still went after it.
Well, Whitlow hung in there, but not to the big favor of the judges. 15-4 the final. Oklahoma now with the lead, 28-17. Hello to our military personnel serving across this world and fans of the World Combat League. They're inside the Freeman Coliseum. Moving on, Anthony Jaquani for the Destroyers. There he is. They call that guy the assassin. Aaron Flournoy gets to take him on. He has a debut here in the World Combat League. Former MMA fighter, 5-0 record in MMA. He's replacing Matt Fauché here for the Texas Dragons as we head into third of 6 matches here in the first half.
You know, Anthony, I'm a big fan of Anthony's. He's a good, solid fighter. You know, I think the one criticism a little bit is a little bit of a slow starter, and there's no slow starting in World Combat League. But I guess he's made some adjustments because he's coming straight after his opponent now. Now, this is how it needs to be.
Well, he's taking advantage of his experience in the WCL. Flournoy, of course, coming in as in a debut.
Oh, he's getting caught.
2, 3, and 4 shots to Flournoy's jaw.
Oh, there you go. That right hand.
He's done.
Putting Flournoy down. He won't recover from that one.
Texas fans on their feet, they can't believe it. They don't need this to happen, especially this early in the match tonight.
I'll tell you something, though. I've seen a big improvement out of Anthony. This is, again, you know, he's always kind of been a slow starter, but boy, he came out hard and fast.
Yeah, he was like a steam train right from the get-go. There
Look at
goes
those combinations.
uppercut. Oh, nice uppercuts. Just putting right left combinations together beautifully.
Oh,
There it is.
Oh,
Look at that
smokes.
hip and shoulder in that one.
Oh, man, that one is, ow, 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 ow.
Flournoy walked right into it, too.
Oh, yeah.
Man, oh man. Look at, well, we mentioned at the top, here in the World Combat League, you knock them out, it's 15 points for your team. So Jaquani doing great work early on. 43-17, Oklahoma leads. Let's go backstage. Anthony Jaquani, the man they call the assassin.
Well, mainly that's exactly what I thought in my head. I was gunning for the knockout because I wanted us to have a big lead. And in the second half, I'm just going to come out, do what I do, just play around with them and just out of racquetball points.
Texas Dragons reeling on the heel of that knockout. They need to rally the troops. 3 more fights to go here in the first half. The lights on the Alamo, where a famous fight happened so many years ago. We've got fights happening tonight inside the Freeman Coliseum here in San Antonio. It's World Combat League and match number 4. Here comes Jesse Lawrence for the Destroyers, Muay Thai fighter. He is 5-1 with a couple of knockouts, but this guy's got knockout power. That's Mike Shepard with the Texas Dragons. His debut this season for the Dragons, but a 2-1 record with 1 KO here in the World Combat League. So both guys knockout power. And we saw one from Anthony Jaquani for the Destroyers just moments ago on the other side of the break. So can Oklahoma keep things rolling with a big fist or a big kick that can drop a Dragon down again?
Oh, good start, guys.
This should be a good match, Guy. I mean, we know that Lawrence comes out, as they say, he comes out like a madman. He's got terrific power, very overbearing the way he fights, but Shepard is the one taking the fight to him at the moment.
Well, Shepard needs to do that, especially here in San Antonio. Hometown crowd trying to rally the Dragons.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mike is a technician. You know, he's a more technical fighter than Lawrence, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can, you know, because let's face it, Lawrence throws some
nice
wild
right knee.
stuff, you know, and he throws a lot of wild stuff. And Mike, you know, that might throw Mike off a little bit, you know, because the technical fighters have a tougher time with that.
Oh, there you go. It's a left kick that went too low there. Shepard down, low blow.
That's you know, yeah, Lawrence has had a bad habit in the past of going low, and it's not intentional. He's just very enthusiastic.
Well, yeah, exactly. And as you said, it's not intentional. When you're throwing blows to the legs, you know, to the body, to the head, it's so easy just to let one slip where it shouldn't. There you go.
You saw the penalty point.
Yeah, right to the groin.
There is a penalty point, so that will be awarded to Shepard and the Dragons, so they're a point ahead already.
Texas, this is a good, reliable fighter for Texas. This guy comes through when they need to. He's got good power. You know, he can knock out Jesse Lawrence. So I mean, this is exactly the kind of fighter that Texas needs to turn things around for him.
Yeah, and Shepard's got good defense. He keeps his hands up there. He's got his head down low.
Well, he's got a good chin. I mean, I'll tell you something. They're 195-pounder and their heavyweight both have chins like anvils. I mean, these guys are going to be tough guys to knock out.
Shepard again taking the fight to Lawrence. Lawrence coming back with a left-right combination. Oh, with a nice rip to the body with the right hand from Lawrence.
Well, there's Shepard's kind of patent punch. He uses a really wide overhand right. He calls his baseball punch. And we saw him knock out the fighters last year with it. It's a good shot if he catches him. Oh, nice right hand.
Yeah, left-right combination from Shepard. They've both slowed down a little bit, though, Guy. Again, this is where your conditioning comes in, that's for sure. Halfway through the match, and it's who's got that staying power. There's Shepard coming. Oh, nice left again.
I mean, it's going to slow these guys down a little bit. They're getting hit a lot.
Absolutely.
That takes a lot of fun out of a match. It takes a little bit of spring out of your step. So both these guys are actually landing. If you watch, these guys are landing very good body shots. Lawrence's knees and is throwing great shots to knees. With the knees, and Shepard's hitting was a great right lefts to the body.
Yeah, that was a nice body shot from Shepard.
Oh, nice.
Oh, overhand right on Lawrence there. Drives him back.
Lawrence has got a good chin. I mean, he's got a really good chin. This is the first time we've seen it tested here at the World Combat League, but it's definitely passing with good colors.
Oh, Shepard's certainly taking the fight up there in these final moments.
So Shepard with the great chin, the great right hand.
Yeah, he's scoring well with that right hand there, and definitely Lawrence is on the back foot right here. Seems like that low blow that Shepard got sort of put a little spark in him.
Yeah, it can work against you. It can make somebody mad.
Exactly.
Last 10 seconds here, and you know what, guys, for the Texas Dragons, Mike Shepard doing everything they need him to do. No matter who comes out on top, he stayed in this fight. He brought it to Lawrence, and that's what the Dragons need to turn this thing around.
Yeah, and I think the judge is going to notice that application of power and everything from Shepard and taking the fight to Lawrence.
Yeah, he was pushing. Very close fight, but I think if you look at who was pushing the pace of the fight, who was making it work, and that would be Mike Shepard. And so if it's like I said, it's kind of a tough one that these guys are giving. Look at these punches, these combinations. This is a tough one to judge, but I think, though, Mike pushing the pace, that probably put it in his favor.
3 judges taking a look at it. They decide for Shepard, 15-12. Remember that penalty point was added in there. Oklahoma still leading, but Texas in it, 55-33. And the women are on the way as these two guys exit the combat zone. But first, let's hear from Mike Shepard.
I got him wore down. I hurt his body a little bit. I got to him late in the round, but I ran out of time. 20, 30 more seconds, I'd have got him. Hey, give him the credit. He's a tough guy. Stronger than I thought.
Dragons fans trying to rally the troops here inside the Freeman Coliseum. Their team is down by 32 points with 1 match to go here in the first half, and this should be a good one. For the Destroyers, there is Alex Beck. They call him the Lumberjack, 3-2 in the World Combat League. On the other side, for the Dragons, he will meet your maker. That is Lawson Baker. He's 4-2 in the WCL. Interesting note about that 4-2 record, though. 3 of those 4-2 coming by way of knockout. This guy can take a punch, he can deliver one as well. This should be a very good match and decisive if Texas wants to get back into this thing. They throw it on some pretty solid shoulders, guys, with Lawson Baker.
Yeah, Lawson Baker, I'll tell you something, the way he wins, he allows his opponent to wear his fists out on his head.
Of course, Beck coming in with a good boxing record of 9 wins.
Yeah, Lawson Baker's definitely, his strong point is the boxing. So these guys are going to be throwing oh, nice right hand by Baker. You know, it'll be interesting to see how these guys go. You know, for a couple of guys with boxing especially, they're doing some very good kicking.
Beck's doing some really nice work. Nice left leg kicks. He's got a right round kick there. He's showing his knees well. He's taking this fight too, Baker. There's no question, Guy.
Yeah, and you know the thing is, oh, nice, again, nice right hand by
uppercut.
These guys are throwing great. But this is how you got to beat Lawson Baker, is by throwing a lot of techniques and don't stop. Because the moment you stop, that's when he unloads with that right hand.
And mixing it up. As we said, we're seeing the low kicks, the high kicks, putting together well with his hands.
Yeah, Beck came with a good game plan, and as he sticks to it, he'll pull this one out. There's no doubt about it. He's just throwing more techniques than Baker is right now.
But scoring well. I mean, he's loading them up. You know, that right round leg kick there of Beck's is scoring well. Baker checking that one.
Yeah, neither of these guys have great defense, as you can see. I mean, these guys let it out. I mean, both of these guys, I think, rely a lot on their good conditioning and strong chins. And, you know, that's maybe not the best way to think about throwing a fight, but it does allow you to, when you know you can take a good shot, it does allow you to open up and throw more techniques. You're not worried about getting hit.
There comes a nice left hand from Baker, yeah, right in the chin of Beck.
Yeah, like I said, we know Beck has a good chin. We know Baker has a good chin. This is going to be a rock'em sock'em fight right here.
Well, like you said, Guy, they're both taking a few shots there, but it's not seeming to phase them too much. There's a left and right knee combination from Beck. Mind you, you get a warning again. You can clinch to throw a knee, but you cannot hang on continuously. You need to clinch, throw the knee, and let go again.
Well, these guys threw so many techniques for the first 2 minutes. I think they're a little winded. And, you know, they're slowing down just a little bit. And I'll tell you something. Beck's leg kicks are really great this fight. This is a smart fight for him. He's throwing a lot of kicks to the legs. He should start bringing it up to the head now, though.
And they're finding their mark, and Baker's not exactly checking him. As you said, he's tending to take them more, which again takes away your ability to put weight on that leg. There it is again, that right leg kick from Beck, scoring well on Baker.
Working on that left leg of Baker.
I'll tell you what, this was a very spirited heavyweight match. You know, some of these heavyweight matches tend to be a lot slower and a little bit less exciting, but these guys really came and brought it today. This is exciting.
Excellent use of knees from both sides.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, I think Beck just, even though he's looking a little bit tired right now, he definitely just put more techniques together than Lawson Baker did.
Yeah, finishing off with Beck, finish it off with a nice overhand right to finish that match.
Well, the big boys drained the gas tank tonight. They gave everything they had here in the final match of the first half. Anybody's fight, but if you look at it in detail, Beck really worked on that left leg and took a lot of good shots as well.
Yeah, use it outside, inside. Beck, very, very nice scoring shots with those legs.
Yeah, I think just the deciding factor in this was just Beck threw more techniques. I mean, they both landed some great shots.
And there it is.
Yep.
Beck 15-10, add the penalty point. So 15-11.
Very close match.
Texas hangs in there, but Oklahoma with a commanding lead as we head into the half. 6 down, 6 matches to go. Can Texas get back into the game? Second half action about to get underway here inside the Freeman Coliseum in San Antonio. The World Combat League fans here cheering on their Texas Dragons. And it was a 13-all tie after this battle, a first match of the night. Longacre and Gonzalez. Then heading into match 2, it was Taylor and Whitlow. And Taylor took it to Whitlow. His debut for the Dragons, not so good. Then match 3, Jaquani with a 15-0 KO. Then on to match number 4, Jesse Lawrence hung in there, but Shepard was too tough. A 15-12 decision for the Dragons. Match number 5, Jerry Seitz, Oklahoma Destroyer. She was too much for Angela Hayes to handle. And then match 6, right before the half, Lawson Baker on the losing end to Alex Beck. And that has set us up now for the second half. Oklahoma the lead, 87-51. The Texas Dragons here in their home state need to rally the troops. In match number 7 tonight, it was Douglas Edwards for the Destroyers, the Whirlwind, against Shannon the Cannon Hudson. Hudson wins this one 15-12.
just a real solid game plan by Hudson. You know, he's a real solid fighter, great boxing skills. And, you know, what he was lacking earlier last year was the international style experience, but he's really kind of taken to it. He's figured out how to play this game well.
I like the way Edwards is using his knees there, Guy. That left knee scores well on Hudson. He's taken a fight to him. Nice clinches, and you see that knee brought to the head earlier.
As we head into match number 8, 33 points separate these two teams. David Taylor there for the Oklahoma Destroyers, the KO artist. He beat Will Whitlow in the first half. Texas bringing a new fighter. Sharif Ghali for the Dragons out of England, a Thai boxer, 1-2 in the World Combat League. Trying to make a mark and a name for himself here, and he'll get an opportunity to do that up against a very tough David Taylor here in match number 8.
David Taylor coming in with his only loss to Jason Borelli in the season opener.
Yeah, well, you know, Ghali's style is a straightforward style, too. So, you know, and, well, they kind of got tied up there. You didn't see very much straightforward, a little bit of dancing.
Both fighters coming in with Muay Thai background.
Yeah, Taylor's, you can tell he's strong. I mean, this guy's just look at him. He's powerful. He's physically big for this weight class. Oh, nice.
Right there from Taylor.
Ghali's got to use a little bit more side-to-side movement and use those kicks a little bit more, because Taylor finds that mark with that right hand. It's going to be an early night for him.
Ghali chops that right leg kick in well, though. He's got some good range with that kick.
Yeah, he needs to use it. He's doing a good job on it now, but he needs to continue to do that.
Absolutely start chopping Taylor down.
Look at the intense, I was going to say the intense eyes of Ghali in there. Quick knockdown of Taylor.
Yeah, no, he's doing well. Look, again, hand combination, quick clinch, throws the knee. Left leg front kick, you know, he's using the whole range very well.
But he's leaving that left hand down a little bit too much. You got to watch, you know, these guys have got to watch these fights, because you know how good that right hand of Taylor's is, and he's a patient fighter.
Well, Sharif Ghali may have watched the first half fight, obviously as a reserve fighter, sitting the bench, watching Whitlow, and maybe picked up a few things, you know, to try and get inside on Taylor.
Yeah, and
he's doing a good job, though. I mean,
Ghali's staying very busy, Doug. Like you said, he's not
keeps
sitting back.
Yeah, I mean, right now he's winning the fight. He keeps us up through the whole, you know, he's got another minute and a half, which is a lifetime in this in the World Combat League. But if he keeps it up, then, you know, he's going to pull this fight out.
Absolutely. He's timing that right hand from Taylor. He just ducks underneath each time, except for then.
That was a beautiful setup, though. Taylor really hit him with the body shot. The other punch really didn't hurt him much. He was hurt from that right hook to the body. You could tell he winced from that. The other punch barely even hit him. He just took a seat. He said, you know, this hurts. Take a seat, catch my breath.
But like you said, Ghali's definitely staying the busier fighter. Taylor seems to be trying to just land that big right hand, but so far Ghali's just managed to just slip right underneath it.
He got to stay busy, though. That's what kept him in this fight. If he doesn't stay busy,
there you go. It was a short left, but more or less a balance, I think, than anything else.
Yeah. I think the body shot's scaring him a little bit. Yeah.
There you go. That's the one that landed. And that's what Taylor was wanting to land that whole time, and now he's managed to put one on Ghali.
So Ghali on the floor of the combat zone. He had a penalty point called against him, so that was awarded to Oklahoma.
He's giving up.
Oh, look at the corner just trying to get Ghali stand up, but he's not going to make it.
Look at Lawson Baker. He can't believe what just went down.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, it's hard to get inside his head, but it didn't look like it was that hard of a shot to the head, and he kind of looked like maybe he laid down. But again, it's hard to be, you know, on the outside. It's hard to say what's going to happen.
Just going to say, you guys have both been there, and you know what it's like to take a shot. And it may not always look as intense as you want it to be for what you're feeling inside, I guess, huh?
No, and it's very hard. I mean, you know, of course, the coach Tulligman just really trying to implore Ghali to get up, but it's just too hard a shot.
Call it a KO. Penalty point added in. 16 now for Oklahoma out of this match, and 115-66. Things are getting out of control for the Texas Dragons. They've got to get back into the match. More to come inside the Freeman Coliseum. Welcome back to the Freeman Coliseum. There goes Donovan Smith, Chase Green. They just finished what was match number 9, and for Texas, this was the pivotal point. They needed Chase Green to come out with a KO to rally the troops and to get things going, but it was not the case. Smith ended up winning this thing 15-7.
Donovan Smith, beautiful spinning back kick. That right spinning back kick scoring so well for him in this match.
He was just the aggressive fighter. He just came on. He just came after Green the whole time. Nice spinning
there
back
it is
kick
again.
right there to the body.
You don't recover well from those ones.
Had him right in the liver. That's a painful shot to take.
So 130 to 75. Chase Green not getting it done for the Dragons. Mathematically now, the Dragons are out of it. We've got 3 matches to go, though, and a lot of pride on the line and a lot of posturing as we head toward the postseason later on. So Randy Blake for the Destroyers and Freddie Espericueta for the Texas Dragons. He is 29 years old, lives in Austin, close by here, hometown boy. Match number 10 tonight, a lot of pride on the line. And this, by the way, the debut in the World Combat League for Randy Blake with the Destroyers, again, in the red pants.
It'll be interesting what Blake does here, because we know what Freddie does. We've seen him fight. He's, he's a classic Thai boxing style fighter.
Randy Blake's got wonderful extension on his hands. Watch when he throws these combinations. He puts plenty of hip, plenty of shoulder into there.
These guys are throwing down. They're having a good exchanges. And this is the fast. I'll tell you something. Freddie is picking up the speed of his fighting, which is normally, like I said, a little bit more methodical. But I think Blake is forcing him to have to move a little bit more.
Right leg kick there from Blake.
Nice
and a spinning back kick. Hits the mark.
Right dead in the solar plexus.
Freddie wasn't going to recover from that one.
Espericueta trying to get his breath. 8 count.
Boy, again, very hard to come back. That just takes the wind right out. It's going to be hard to recover.
Looks like he still doesn't have his wind.
You're right, Doug.
Blake's doing the right.
A second
once
shot.
again. There you go.
Blake doing the right
That's
thing,
it.
coming in for the kill, and boy, the night just gets even worse for the Texas Dragons. It's almost like piling on at this point. Blake, the Destroyers, just way too much for the Dragons to handle tonight.
That's it. It's over.
It was done. You knew when he went down that second time, he wasn't getting up. Good, solid shot right back in the same spot.
Boy, and for Randy Blake, guys, great debut. 6'3", 21 years old, very young guy. And a super debut here in the World Combat League.
Yeah, Randy Blake looked very impressive.
Good
that was
timing
a
right there.
beautiful shot. You can see Freddie was like, no, I'm going to lay down, please.
And there's the second
Yeah,
shot.
there's the second shot. He didn't make, again, Freddie just didn't make the adjustment, from the first one.
Randy Blake, Oklahoma Destroyers, 15-0 at the penalty point. It's 16-0. Oklahoma way out front, 146 to 75. So far tonight, the Oklahoma Destroyers have been way too much for the Dragons, but we still have 2 matches to go to get revenge. Welcome back inside the Coliseum here in San Antonio, Texas. 2 matches to go. World Combat League, and the Oklahoma Destroyers will win tonight, but a lot of pride still on the line. A huge gap, though, and it's unable to be overcome. And we are down to the last match of the night. Despite the fact that we know Destroyers will win it, John McKibben coming in, 36 years old. Solid kickboxing background. He will take on a guy who's making his World Combat League debut. There is Matt Thompson of the Dragons, former MMA fighter, 8-5 record there, but that doesn't matter here. We do it differently in the World Combat League. Full tilt between these 2 guys for 3 solid minutes as we wrap things up tonight with the final match here in San Antonio.
Well, Matt Thompson's MMA record is a little deceptive. He's actually a boxer, kickboxer first, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. He's a tall fighter, so it's going to be see how how he works in the WCL.
These are big boys, too, both coming in at 235 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice shot.
right hand there.
I'll tell you, Matt Thompson's making the mistake of he's such a tall guy, and he's getting down to the level of McKibben's. Just use that height a little bit better. Use those kicks. Use that long reach.
McKibben landing solid shots here in the first 30 seconds.
Very solid shots. He's doing very well. Matt Thompson, keeps his hands reasonably low when he's in tight there. He's got to be very careful with a good puncher like McKibben.
Look at those wide stance, too. I mean, McKibben should use those leg kicks more.
Absolutely. That's the time. Start chopping away that front leg with the leg kick. Right knee from McKibben. Yeah, but you're right, guy. I mean, so wide. You know, you are so right for that leg kick with your stance being that wide.
I mean, that's wide for anything. That's wide for boxing. I mean, kind of reminds me of the old 1960s karate point fighting. It's so wide. I don't think he's a throwback that far, so. I'll tell you something that what Thompson does have is, though, he has a tremendous amount of power. I have seen him fight in MMA bouts in the past where he's getting clobbered and comes back, he throws that right hand like that.
Yeah, that nice straight right then. Good
knocks
shot.
Guys out. So, you know, if I was McKibbins, I wouldn't be too happy with what I'm going right now. Make sure my hands are up.
Yeah, keep the hands up the whole time.
Oh,
Nice uppercut. Oh, McKibbin responds with a nice couple of right hands.
Crowd likes the action.
Yeah, Thompson covering up there as well he should. Teammates in the back shouting out 1 minute to go.
Oh, nice uppercut again.
Dragons fans here inside San Antonio's Freeman.
Oh, there you go. There was just a chopping right hand from Thompson, put McKibbin down on the mat.
Cut him right at the ear.
Fans are rallying Thompson here, so McKibbin on the mat. This could be one of the very few bright spots tonight for the Texas Dragons.
38 seconds left to go in this match. Thompson trying to take advantage of having stunned McKibbin, driving him back onto the apron.
McKibbin's he's a little wobbly.
There's that right hand again, just found its mark.
Listen to the fans getting behind Thompson.
Now Thompson needs to back up, throw straight right hand, just like he did. But he needs to land it. That's the problem.
Right uppercut.
Yeah, but he did that. He needs to land that straight right hand. And,
It doesn't matter that the Texas Dragons are going to lose overall tonight. They want to go out with a win here with Matt Thompson.
Thompson just driving McKibbin back. McKibbin never really recovered from those two straight rights that we referred to.
It was a pretty close fight up to the point of getting knocked down.
Absolutely, McKibbin giving
change.
Yeah, McKibbin definitely staying in there.
It's almost like he heard your advice, guys, because early wasn't taking advantage of his height. He was kind of coming down to McKibbin's level, but then backed it away and began using it.
Look at that uppercut! Those right uppercuts from Thompson. Beautiful shots.
But I'll tell you, McKibbin came right back with a
with
good
those
chopping
big
right
overhands,
hand. Yeah.
chopping overhand right hand, and an uppercut of himself. Yep. Oh, again, nice combination. McKibbin definitely getting the better of that little exchange until that chopping right hand from Thompson.
Both these guys solid chins, too. You watch that trade in the leather there. And Thompson, the bright spot tonight for the Texas Dragons. So the final score, Oklahoma 167, Texas 99, and the Destroyers roll on. This makes 2 wins in a row for them on the season. Remember at the top of the show, they were coming in with momentum, coming off a win, feeling good. Now things are beginning to steamroll for the Oklahoma Destroyers. They moved to 2-1, and we now see the playoff picture emerging here. The Destroyers will take on the Dragons in a rematch, and the LA Stars will take on the Denver Fury in the first round of the playoffs. And again, when we get to the playoffs, it's win and you're in. So much more to come here in the World Combat League. Good night from San Antonio. There is excitement in the air here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We are inside the Expo Square Pavilion. Doug Dunbar along with Richard Norton and Guy Mesger. We welcome you inside for the final matchup in the Eastern Conference regular season for St. Louis. Taking on the New York Clash tonight. There you see the conference standings, and right now it's all about momentum heading into the playoffs. The Clash have got to get off the schneid. They are 0-2. The Enforcers trying to rally and move forward with a lot of confidence headed toward the playoffs. So New York making a few moves to try and get a win, move up in the seedings a little bit. They got Tommy Bach, Jason Quick, Jen Santiago, very tough on the women's side. She is dressed tonight, probably not going to fight. They want to rest her for the playoffs. 6 fighters on each team will fight 2 halves. You can punch, kick, all the skills are allowed, but if you're clinching or holding, or if you're not in the fight, if you're backing up and not fighting, you'll award a penalty point to your opponent. 3 judges are watching. It's the 5-point must system. KO your opponent, it's 15 points for your team. Teams are squaring up now. The stare down and the traditional bows. It is the World Combat League, and we head into match number 1 tonight, featuring Kevin the Hitman Engel for St. Louis. This guy is always exciting to watch. Very strong right hand. Jason Quick for New York. They call him Trouble Man. He brings in a 2-1 record here in the World Combat League. He puts together quick sets of combinations. Watch for a really, really tough fight.
Kevin Engel coming in with 6 wins, 2 losses in the WCL.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Engel is a great fighter. I love watching him fight. The one complaint I always had about him, he's a great kicker, and he hasn't been using his kicking lately. He's relying heavily on his boxing, especially that big right hand of his.
Yeah, well, Jason Quick is known for very fast combos. We even saw a little glimpse just at the beginning there. This is going to be a good match, Guy.
Yeah, and already Engel is kicking a lot more than he has in the past. He's thrown 3 or 4 kicks, which is good. I like to see that out of him. I think he's a great kicker. He needs to use it some more.
Let's go, fight. Let's fight.
He's complaining about getting kicked in the groin by Quick.
Oh,
There's that right
Engel
hand.
trying to load that right hand up, but Quick well aware of what was coming. He's got nice movement there, Quick, hasn't he? He's using that jab, you know, like a nice little radar there, tried to get his distance and timing, and he angles off very well.
Yeah, but he's not engaging enough here. I mean, the referee's gotta, yeah. We got it for holding.
Yeah.
He needs to encourage this guy to keep going, you know, to throw more techniques. I think, you know, Quick is not a dumb guy. He's figured out, okay, I got to stay away from that right hand. You know, so he's kind of peppering away and he's moving off away from that right hand. But he needs to engage more. Oh, there you go. Good combination by Quick there.
Engel still, but even Engel should be throwing a little more leather, wouldn't you say? I mean, he's trying to load that right hand there, but as you said, if Quick would start scoring with some more combos and get the judges' attention, it would do well for him.
It was a good knee by Engel. That's the first time I ever really seen him throw a knee. That was a good job.
There's Quick inside leg kick.
Oh, good leg
Engel
kick.
replying with his own right leg kick.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. These guys should pick it up some more. That's another
Yeah,
shot
that was
right
a
to the
low
groin.
shot.
Yeah.
Left leg from Quick, a little low on the mark.
You know, Quick's background is obviously from American-style karate, so he's used to using those kind of quick, flippy front leg kicks. And they're going a little bit low. But I'll tell you, Kevin should take advantage of that. That front leg kick's not that powerful. That's when he needs to step in with that right hand. He's not going to worry about being knocked out with that kick. He needs to step in with that right hand and let it go. Because this fight, you know, I was expecting a little bit more action out of these guys, and they need to pick it up here.
They're both a little tentative, aren't they?
Yes.
Just feeling each other. Oh, there was a left hand from Engel. Oh, and a right hand from Quick. Quite enough power in it, though.
They got about 50 seconds left. They need to pick it up. They need to do something to let the judges know, hey, I won this fight.
Once again, people got to remember there's only 2 3-minute rounds in the WCL. It is about giving it all for those 2 3-minute rounds. You don't have those 5 or 6 or 8 rounds to score with.
Nice job. Holding on. That must have hurt Quick a little bit because he's kind of holding on a little bit, just not quite long enough to get it. Oh, nice right hand by Quick there.
Only 15 seconds left in this match.
Somebody's got to do something to make a better impression on the judges. This is where this is where their corners got to be saying, pick it up, guys. Do something. Let everybody know who's the winner. Oh, nice combo.
Well, nice left knee there from Engel, but
Very close match. I mean, this is, again, kind of a judge's nightmare on this one. I think it's just, I give the nudge to Engel just because I thought his technique's just a little bit sharper. That was it.
there's that low shot from Quick.
And he kicked in the groin less. So that's right. Quick threw a lot of low shots there. He only got penalized on one.
Engel there with a good overhand right shot. Final score as we get underway. Add the penalty points that Quick gave up, and it's 16-12. So that is our beginning score. St. Louis out over New York, but it's so early. So much more to go. That's the first of 6 matches here in the first half. Fans here inside the arena in Tulsa set to see the second match of the night. And for St. Louis, there is Rath Wright. They call that guy the Hitman. There's Terry Bullman of the New York Clash. He is simply known as the Bull. And this is his World Combat League debut. He's got a solid right hand that White needs to watch out for. He's won a few tough man competitions in the past, but as we always talk, guys, the World Combat League is different than anything you've ever fought in before.
Terry Bullman coming in with a Taekwondo background, and Rath White coming in with a Muay Thai background. Oh my goodness.
In a clash, as Bullman says hello to Rath Wright.
Yeah, I was about to say, Rath White comes in with quite a reputation for being a very good kickboxer, but he has walked right into a shot there. He needs to be awake.
Did we not say watch out for the right hand?
Oh, there it is again.
Oh, he's hurt.
Oh, yeah.
He's hurt.
Bowman going in there. Yeah. White not recovering from those too well.
Bowman trying to finish him off.
Which he does.
Let's see if he gets
He's done.
Will he get an 8 count? Let's see. Oh, he's dizzy right here.
Are you liking what you see?
Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Bowman's going to. Yes.
Oh,
there you go.
Man.
Short work of that one.
That was 3 or 4 rights, and that is all it took. Terry Bowman, the New York Clash, stalking Rath Wright here in the combat zone.
Here
I'll
we
tell
are.
you what, man, this is what New York needs. They've been struggling from last year. They're struggling this year, and they need somebody like this to come in and, you know, spark their team, lead the way.
Bowman, as I said, coming in with a Taekwondo background, but you saw some amazing hand techniques then.
Yeah, that wasn't Taekwondo. That was boxing.
Exactly.
Bowman in his World Combat League debut. Imagine how happy the staff and coaches and teammates are for the Clash. He comes in with a 15-0 KO of White. On the way, more action. Can New York come up with another KO? We'll find out. The renewed Ginny Baker telling it like it is. Match number 4 now. Fernando Calleros for St. Louis. He makes his way in. He is undefeated, 3-0 in the World Combat League. He's got a KO on the record. Other side, Dustin Chovanec with New York. They call him the villain. He is 1-1. Not as experienced as Calleros, but these guys fairly evenly matched. Take a good look at the tail of the tape. When you look at the point margin, Fernando Calleros expected to bring more points for the St. Louis Enforcers. We'll see if that can happen.
Good mixture of good, powerful low kicks like you can see. Look at those, just tearing into those legs. And he does that to distract his fighters. Then he'll come up and start using, he likes to use a good, powerful left hook. He gets his fighters, look at those leg kicks, and then he comes with that left hook right hand.
Yeah, he's putting those hands and feet together very well. Calleros just, but left round kick to the head.
Say Dustin's doing a good job of moving though. He's keeping his hands up, which is good. You know, good. You have to do it against a guy like Fernando. I mean, it's just the way it is going to be. Oh.
Yeah, no, Dustin's got good time. He's using good lateral movement there, moving and using the ring.
And he's got to catch Fernando when he makes Fernando miss. That's the key. He gets when he gets pressed, he gets a little bit sloppy, like right there. He needs to step back where he feels comfortable, which is, you know, kind of throwing and countering. He needs to do that. And Fernando, you know, he needs to keep bullying in there like he is doing, because that throws Dustin's game off.
Calleros using that left round kick beautifully there. Right round kick, then
nice
scoring
right
well.
hand.
Overhand right from Fernando.
Yeah, I think Fernando needs to make a quick equipment adjustment, because every time he throws a good combination, he has to pull his pants up.
I'm glad you finally brought that up. He needs a new waistband in those things, doesn't he?
Yeah. It's quick, tape somebody. It's funny. It would be funny if he wasn't in for, it is actually going to affect his fighting, because look, every time he throws something, he has to worry about his pants going down, and he needs to take care of that for the next fight.
He may have lost his and he's wearing somebody else's, maybe. Who knows? Calleros, though, doing good work for St. Louis.
Good left round kick, good back kick.
Yeah, Dustin looking a little too tentative right now for good reason.
Oh, there you go.
And there's the shot he has been looking for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah. That's tough. I don't think Dustin's getting out of that one. You gonna let him go?
And for the first time,
let him go.
Wow,
that's
interesting.
amazing. Because he's not really. Good
there
body
you
shot.
go.
That's
Oh.
another good kick. That kick was just, he didn't need to take that last one.
solid right kick finishes it off. Chovanec on his back. The villain has been taken out here in the combat zone, and that will effectively stop the steamrolling New York Clash here in the first half. I think Calleros was just talking about his pants to the coaches as we watch Chovanec get taken care of by the medical staff there. Make sure he's okay.
That overhand right.
First right hand was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Right in the temple area.
There, another one.
That was the
Finishing off with
finish.
that left round kick, and as you said, no need for that last kick.
First bright spot tonight for the St. Louis Enforcers. The KO, and it is 15-0. Calleros doing great work for his Enforcers. They now are down by 11 points.
The Dream Killer.
There's Dusty Miller, St. Louis, the Dream Killer, making his way in. Not an impressive World Combat League resume. 2 wins, 7 losses. On the other side for New York, there's Caius Boluda being introduced to the crowd here in Tulsa right now, known as the Professor. A kickboxing background. He's fought once in the World Combat League. Not a good outcome. He lost that one, stopped early because of a low blow. So kind of erasing all of that, getting a fresh start here tonight. Match number 5 of 6 in the first half.
Yeah, you know, Dusty Miller, you know, he has not had the most impressive record like you stated, but it's not because he's not a good fighter. He's just been going up against some of the better competition. And he has been in the original, you know, from the original start of the WCL, and so he is a workhorse fighter here. So, and he's gotten better and better, you know, each going. So I expect to see him have a good fight here.
Yeah, Caius doing very well, using a nice clinch and knee there.
You know, I'll tell you something. This is the biggest improvement I see with Dusty Miller here. Is he's following up his hand combinations with that knee, and that's a good. He needs to keep doing that. That's a good combination for him. Because I see Boluda, he leans forward just a little bit when he starts getting pressed. He'll lean over to his right. You see how he leans over to his right like that? That's an excellent opportunity to hit somebody with the left knee.
And also Miller taking advantage with that right leg kick as Boluda leans across, exposes that front leg.
I'll tell you something, Miller's definitely a nice uppercut by Miller. Good job. Got kicked in the groin, hit in the groin. Didn't Boluda have a problem with groin kicks last time?
Yeah, there was an early stoppage due to a low blow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll let things sort themselves out here for a couple of moments, let everybody get their breath.
You know, I'll tell you something. I hope this doesn't slow down Miller's momentum here. He's doing a really good job. He's definitely putting this fight together. He needs to keep going. He's worked that left leg, that left knee again. You know, it was working well for him. He was landing it perfectly into the body. He needs to keep doing that. He's a 1-2 left knees.
Miller definitely doing the work now, taking the fight to Boluda.
Boluda doing a good job of covering up, though.
Yeah, he's keeping his hands up, but he needs to because Miller's just throwing a lot of leather right there.
There you go. There's that
Left knee.
He needs to keep doing that. I'll tell you something. It's working for him. Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
Boluda just not sure how to respond to this onslaught from Miller.
He's doing a good job covering up, but you can see the redness around his face, so some of those shots are going through. You know, but again, Miller is just throwing more combinations, and eventually something's going to get through. You can't block everything.
Miller really loading those shots too.
Nice
left, round
body
kick to the body kick.
Excellent.
Nice shot. Overhand right from Miller.
Come on, Miller. Keep going. He's doing a good job. This is what he needs to do. I tell you something. I'm excited to see him do well this year. Last year, he had a tough season. It's good to see him come back strong like this.
There you go.
Nice
knee to finish the job.
Look at the crowd on their feet. The Tulsa crowd rooting, obviously, for the close-to-home St. Louis Enforcers and Dusty Miller. Caius Boluda, gloves up, says I'm ready to go, despite a little bit of blood coming out.
Yeah, Boluda doesn't have an answer, though, to Miller in this match.
No, he's
another uppercut from Miller.
I'll tell you something, he's a tough guy, though. Hats off for him. He's not giving up.
No, he's got heart, absolutely. He's hanging in there to the final bell, which is just gone. But Miller just way too strong.
Yeah, Miller, this was a great performance by him. I'm excited to see him have a much better season this year.
Boy, what a change of momentum, guys, where New York came out 2-0 in the first couple of fights, and now St. Louis coming back.
There, he's just
right knee from Miller.
And the whole time I'm telling him, throw the left knee. Why listen to me? He does right knee, it takes him out.
15-6 for Miller. Great win for St. Louis, and they close the gap now to within 2 points. Knockouts are the story of the night so far. Will we have another one? One match to go before the half. Great things happening. It is down to a 2-point match with one fight to go before the half. For St. Louis, there's John Grubel. They call this guy Lightning, undefeated in the World Combat League. There's Tommy Bach, little dragon, 34 years old, 4-2, a very slippery fighter in his own right. And this guy can take solid punches, and he can bring the fight to Grubel. So should be a good matchup as we move now to the final match here in the first half. And for Johnny Grubel, it's interesting for him. He's moving in to start over Timmy Connors tonight because coaches feel he's a little bit better matchup against Bach.
Yeah, Bach, I'll tell you something. He's a slick fighter. He's got good movement, good hand speed, great defenses. And this will be interesting how, Gruber, he's starting in there. He's coming in with
he's
the nice,
throwing
good
those
low
leg
kicks.
kicks. Get respect for those low kicks right off the bat.
Well, that's
nice
how you,
movement.
Yeah, that's how you slow down a slick fighter. You kick him in the legs a few times. He's not as agile.
He's doing well. Do you see that left leg round kick? Very hard to the inside leg of Tommy Bach.
Tommy has a habit of keeping his hands a little low at times when he gets frustrated and, trying to open stuff up, and that'll give an opening for Grubel.
Left knee then from Grubel.
Nice.
Oh, he's doing well with those kicks, yeah. Well, finding Tommy Bach coming back with a kick of his own.
Tommy's got to get busy. He likes to counter fight. He likes to sit there and do that. But Grubel he's being like a dive bomber. He's coming, hit, and he's gone. And Tommy's just is not getting his timing down.
1 point, passivity. 1 point, passivity. Let's go, let's fight.
There you go, and that, folks, is the hallmark of the World Combat League. If you're not throwing leather, if you're not throwing kicks, you're going to award your opponent a point. In this case, it's kind of nullified. Each guy gave a point to the other because no one was doing anything for a moment.
Absolutely. Gee, Guy, I like the way Grubel uses his legs, though. His leg kicks are very, very nice. But he needs to follow it up with his hands. He needs to take it up high because, like you said, Tommy Bach tends to keep his hands down quite low.
But he's doing a good job, though, because, he's not playing in Tommy's game. Tommy's a good counter fighter who can sit inside just like that. See how he leans in on somebody and he leans away from the punches and counter. Grubel will do better to stick back and throw those kicks like you were saying, and just staying away, moving around there, just chopping him down.
Yeah, look inside, outside with that kick. Ooh, nice right hand there.
And the kicks are starting to hurt. You can see that, Tommy, the way he's picking up his left leg, the way it is that's, he's not really blocking it. Nice punch by Grubel.
Both ate one from each other.
And if you think about it, with the strategy move here starting Grubel over Timmy Connors, this is looking like it's a good move and has paid off for St. Louis.
Yeah, like I said, I think Gruber's just taking Tommy out of his game. Tommy has just not been able to put techniques together. Not enough, to win the fight, in my opinion.
Right hand from Bach.
A couple of those you'll have to worry about.
That was a nice shot.
Holy smokes. Grubel needs to get on his horse now.
Yeah, but Grubel's still in there. I mean, Bach's starting to put a bit more pressure on, but Grubel's been doing very well, scoring some nice shots.
A little bit. I'll tell you something, though. Tommy should have started this earlier. He's turning the tide of the fight. Nice. He's definitely turning the tide of the fight, but he's only been doing that the last 30, 45 seconds, maybe,
Yeah, no, you're right. Might be just way too late in the game.
It might be, although, holding off the end gives the impression for the judges of the scoring, so we'll see how it goes. But I really think that Grubel kind of outfought him for the first minute and a half, maybe.
Well, that was a nice right knee from Grubel.
But Tommy's landing the bigger shots. He's definitely landing shots that hurt. Boom, right there, nice chopping right.
3 judges watching all of this. Final score is in. There's the passivity points, but look at this. For John Grubel, strategy pays off for St. Louis. They now, for the first time tonight, lead, even if it's only by 1 point. Fans in Tulsa getting set for second half action in a very tight match. We'll be back. A lot of excitement here in Tulsa as fans await second half action after 6 super fights in the first half, and KO was the term of the night. Engel started it off without the KO, but with the win over Jason Quick, 14-12. After that, it was match number 2. Here comes the first KO of the night. Bowman for the Clash takes down White. Then, after that, match 3, another KO was on the way. It was the women this time. Devin Chrissy in her debut gets taken down by Jenny Baker. 15 points for New York. They're on a roll. But wait a second. Everything changed in match number 4. Fernando Calleros coming in for St. Louis. He puts Chovanec on his back. Calleros, 15 points now for St. Louis. And things continue in match 5 with the big boys, Miller and Baluta. And Miller gets his 3rd World Combat League win. 15-6 the final there. Then match 6. Finally, Tommy Bach trying to stay in it with John Grubel, who takes down Bach in his mastery. And now that's how we stand at just a 1-point differential after 6 fights. It's never been this close. Rarely has it here in the World Combat League. And away we go with the second half action, match number 7. There's Kevin Engel. He beat Jason Quick in the first half. He gets a new fighter now to start off the second half. That's Mark Gee. And Gee's got knockout power. The Red Scorpion, as he's known, is 1-1 in the World Combat League, and the one win that he has came by way of KO. First degree black belt. Kevin Engel, no slouch. This guy can fight as well. Here we go. Match number 7 as we get underway with the second half.
Kevin Engel, of course, coming in with a good boxing background of 11 wins. Very strong hands.
It'll be interesting to see, Gee working it. He did a good job about working that front leg side kick. He should continue with that because that's a great counter to the right hand.
And Gee with a furious flurry.
Yeah, getting back both of them.
Engel tries to answer, and they get wrapped up a little bit. Oh, hang on a second.
Something happened with his shoulder.
Right shoulder he's grabbing. Mark Gee's got a serious wince going on. There's something in there that's wrong.
Yeah, may have dislocated his shoulder somehow.
In that whirlwind of punches, he threw his shoulder out maybe.
Oh, you heard it. Al Wiggers there, referee, just saying he thinks it's a dislocated shoulder for sure. Right? Was it throwing the punch or taking it?
I mean, he threw with one, but you see Engel just pops him right in the shoulder there with that right hand.
Not 100% sure where it happened, but either way, it is a technical knockout. Not necessarily the way Engel would want to take it, but hey, at the end of the night, it's 15 points for your team, and nobody's going to pass that up. St. Louis Enforcers now on a roll as they finish up the 7th match of the night. Unfortunate for the New York Clash as Mark Gee goes off. Match number 8 now. Here comes Isaac Diamandi. They call him Showtime. He is 1-1 in the World Combat League. On the other side of the combat zone tonight, there comes Walter Somerville from New York. He is making his debut in the World Combat League. Very, very big man. The other big difference between these two guys, look at the age. Early 40s for Somerville. Isaac Diamandi bringing youth and 4 inches in height into the combat zone against Somerville. Away we go. 8th match of the night.
Oh, Mike. He just flew into it. Said,
I don't know why that wasn't a knockdown. It was an interesting call by the referee there.
It was like, let me jump on the end of your fist.
Yeah. Both guys, wide stances. Very, very wide stances for both big men. Needs to take advantage of that. Both these guys need to start working those leg kicks. Oh, another shot.
Yeah, Diamandi trying to overpower Somerville. A lot of pushing and shoving.
Yeah, for big guys, they're doing a lot of jumping, which is not necessarily a big guy,
technique.
Yes, exactly. They need to keep down. They need to be more solid with their shots.
Oh, nice right leg kick from Diamandi. Scored very well on Somerville.
They need to settle down, start throwing their techniques a little straighter. They'll have a lot better opportunity. But again, these guys are still fairly new to the WCL, so they're still trying to figure out how this game works.
Couple of spinning back fists.
Yeah, not bad. That's pretty quick for a big man. I'm surprised at the speed of these guys.
Diamandi's got a great right leg round kick to the leg there. He needs to use that a lot more.
Kind of lunges with that right hand. It looks powerful, but he's telegraphing it a bit.
I was just going to say, we're going to see a passivity point here, but no, it's a warning. So both guys got to stay in the fight here in the World Combat League. You've got to throw leather or throw kicks.
Yeah, again, the big guys, this is tougher on them. They've got to move more of their body. And, to stay active, it takes a lot more energy out of them than the smaller guys. Diamandi's doing a good job. He needs to keep working that leg kick. That's what he needs to keep working on that. And then try to throw that big right hand to his.
Yeah, and once again, as you pointed out, Doug, Somerville coming in, in his early 40s, doing a good job.
Ooh, and Somerville down. Right back into the fight. Yeah, slip.
Oh, there you go.
Right hand from
Diamandi.
Diamandi.
Hit him right in the back of the ear. Somerville's turning his head slightly, so he's kind of exposing that temple and jaw area to shots. You keep his chin down, look at a little bit straight forward at Diamandi.
There's a passivity point that Somerville just gave to Diamandi. Solid shots coming now from Somerville.
Shots. Yeah, both hands coming in, but there you go.
That's 2 right hands that Somerville's taking. guys look a little tired. The
Yeah,
kind of
very
techniques
tired now.
slacking
We're
a
not
little
seeing
bit.
the same jumping in techniques we saw in the beginning of the match. That's
Probably
for
took
sure.
it out of him. Oh, there's an interesting big man
Yeah.
threw a nice axe kick.
Oh, right hand from Diamande. Hits the mark on Somerville, down on his back.
Look at that, all the way down to the final few seconds. Not much left in the gas tank, but Diamande finds enough to put Somerville flat on his back.
Both of them ran into a shot right there in those early times. Look at that right hand there from Diamande, hits the mark.
Boom. Yeah. Holy smokes.
Left
Lights
right
out.
combination.
Lights out. Thanks for playing. All that effort only to take it on the chin in the end. So it is a 15-0 KO, couple of penalty points. So 17-1. St. Louis now is on a roll when earlier it looked like New York was going to be in charge of this night. No longer. St. Louis now becoming the team to beat.
Well, I got ready. I was so ready for this fight, you know what I'm saying? First fight was a knockout. The second fight I lost by points. So I was coming for a big time redemption, you know what I'm saying? My team needed it, like you said, and I definitely needed myself, you know what I'm saying? So I think I did a great job.
And he did do a great job. Diamande. So KOs continue to be the theme of this night. For now, they're in St. Louis's corner. On the way, the women fight. They've got designs on winning this thing. Second half action continues here inside the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa, and it is all St. Louis right now. And for Fernando Calleros and St. Louis, it continues. The 10th match of the night. He had a first half knockout, and he takes out Leo Valdivia here in the second half.
It was a good, solid fight. Valdivia, he did a pretty good job against us. You know, Calleros is a really solid, hard puncher. And I thought it was a pretty good fight. You know, he's a karate-style fighter. Oh, it was a good kick there.
Nice takedown of that supporting leg.
So Calleros with a knockout on the night, and then the 15-9 win, make it 16 with the penalty point. St. Louis now out to a huge lead, 126 points for the Enforcers. And now match 11 for St. Louis. There's Lyndon Chambers, the silverback, his debut in the World Combat League. He will take on Abu Bakr, the knockout king he is known as. World Combat League debut as well. So both of these guys, tail of the tape, not a huge difference. Height about the same, point margin. It's the debut for both. So nothing is known as of yet as to what's expected out of them to bring to the team.
Well, again, like I said, when they're debuting, it's always kind of tough. They were going after it, though. I'll tell you something. Abu Bakr's got a good right hand.
Doesn't he, though? A lot of range with that. Oh, beautiful spinning back kick.
Yeah, well, he is doing, no, he's leaning over to the left when he throws his left, which is going to leave him open to knees, left kicks, and left hooks. It's hard to defend against that when you do that.
Yeah, Chambers just trying to work him out, though.
Oh,
that was a nice left hook.
There you go.
We've got mostly a boxing match here in the first 30, 40 seconds.
Oh.
That,
Straight
looked
left.
like in
Yeah, it didn't look like it was that
slow motion.
solid, but it must have hurt.
we went, oh. That's the end of it.
Lyndon Chambers.
Oh, my
Didn't
goodness.
seem to be much
Yes,
in
we're
that
actually,
one.
we're actually happy to see this one on review ourselves.
Abu Bakr on his back. Doesn't look like he's going to get up. Chambers declaring himself the winner. Let's take a look.
Just a straight left.
Yes.
Look at that.
Solid jab.
Almost kind of a delayed response.
Yeah, there's like lights gradually went out.
Well, there you go. It has been a night of knockouts. Here comes another one. Chambers for the St. Louis Enforcers, and things are really starting to look ugly for the New York Clash right now after that. Knockout after knockout. More could be on the way because we've got one more match to go. We're all set for the final match of the night here inside the Expo Square Pavilion in Tulsa. World Combat League, and thoughts now heading toward the playoffs, of course. So New York, they can't mathematically win tonight, so now they want to get some momentum and leave this house with a win. Timmy Connors, though, for St. Louis, he's got something to say about it. The Irish Pride at 25 years old taking on Rhino Belcastro. There he is, the 30-year-old for New York. We'll see karate fighter. He is 0-1 in the World Combat League. He was defeated by Craig Oxley, who's a pretty tough guy himself. We'll see what Del Castro can bring against Timmy Connors. But again, New York needs Del Castro to win, mostly because they just want to leave this building with somewhat of a good taste in their mouth heading toward the playoffs.
It's going to be a tough call for Belcastro. Of course, you've got Timmy Connors coming off with 8 wins in the WCL.
But both these guys, Craig Oxley has defeated both these guys, so they have that in common. So, I mean, you know, both these guys are coming back off of, they both lost to the common guy. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments they made. Because Tim Connor got knocked out, and this kid is a tough guy, so it just shows you how solid of a fighter Oxley was.
Oh,
good
nice
leg
lift.
kick.
Yeah, nice leg kick from Connors.
Connors is bringing more kicking into the game, which again, you know, it was one of my criticisms was he's really a pretty good kicker, but he's relied so heavily on his boxing that he forgot about it. So it's nice to see him getting back into doing some kicking.
Fighting out of a southpaw stance, and obviously that left leg just scoring on the inside leg of Belcastro. Oh, beautiful jumping knee.
Well, there's something we have not seen from Tim Connors again. Oh, yeah,
Just
he's
when you
done.
talked about using his legs, and that was a beautiful shot from Connors.
Well, you know, I rest my case. He has to use all his weapons. He's a tremendous athlete. He relied too heavily on his boxing in the past, and now he opens it up with some good kicking, good knees, and it's paid off for him.
Rhino Belcastro still on his back, medical staff attending, and this will go down as a KO. And
no question.
7 of 12 fights tonight end with a KO.
That was a perfect knee. Didn't matter what Belcastro had in front of him, that was going to go home.
Right in the liver.
Right in the liver.
Right in the liver. Oh, my God. He's not getting up from
Lights
that.
out.
Holy smokes.
That's just amazing. 7 of 12 tonight end in KO. There it is. Connors 15-0. St. Louis, the Enforcers, they were going to win anyway, but this puts the stake and the dagger in the heart. 156-81 over New York tonight. Congratulations to the Enforcers. New York, they'll be in the playoffs, but they are going to have a pretty tough road to hoe. They will be the last seed in the Eastern Conference. Not necessarily where you want to be, but let's focus on St. Louis. Big winners tonight. They got a lot of work ahead of them as well. Let's get into the combat zone and hear from Coach Jesse Finney.
Jesse, I got to tell you, after fights 2 and 3, you guys were down by a considerable lead. Did that make you nervous at all?
It did make me a little bit nervous, you know, coming out, but that's why we have a team. That's why it's a team concept in the World Combat League, and I don't think it's ever going to change. That's why we'll be back. We're looking for Oklahoma in the finals. We want you, Oklahoma, because LA's not even going to be there.
One more question for you, Coach. Oklahoma, that sounds like a downright throwdown to me. One more question now. You recently defeated the New Jersey Tigers back in San Antonio. You're going to be facing them again in the playoffs. What strategies are you going to switch up there?
I don't really think there's a whole lot of strategy with New Jersey. I think they're probably the worst team in the league, if you ask me. And they know that there's no love lost between us and Jersey, and it is what it is.
So Jesse Finney alienating every other team in the Eastern Conference with his comments. The Force, though, the team to be reckoned with at 3-0. St. Louis, again, will take on the Tigers in the conference playoffs. As we had there, the Clash have the unenviable task at 0-3 of going up against the Miami Force. The 1 and the 4 seed will clash in the first round of the playoffs. For Guy Mesger, Richard Norton, and the entire World Combat League crew, I'm Doug Dunbar. Thanks for watching, and so long from Tulsa, Oklahoma.